Okay, everybody, today we're going to make ice cream cones, which I know sounds bonkers because why would you make ice cream cones yourself? Well, because you can, or you will be able to after we're done with this. So, this recipe is a slightly modified Florentine cookie, which is a very thin, crispy little cookie, but what is nice about it is that it's fairly malleable right when it comes out of the oven. If you've ever had those little cookie sticks that have like that chocolate spread through the middle of them, that's a Florentine cookie. It was baked flat and then they rolled it up around that chocolate. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's walk through our ingredients. This one's very, very simple. Egg whites, sugar, salt, all-purpose flour, butter, and vanilla extract. So, how do we put this together? We start with our sugar, goes right into our bowl. Egg whites go right on top of that. We're going to whisk these up. We're not looking for peaks. We're not looking for this to be whipped up the way you would for a meringue or something like that, but it needs to be completely incorporated. You'll notice I'm taking the whisk and I'm going around the outside of the bowl up here where some of the sugar has gotten sort of flung up to the top. We want that to all be inside. That's what we're looking for. Smooth. At this stage, I'm going to add our salt. It is such a small amount of salt that it's not really even measured. It's a pinch. That's all we need. At this stage, we're adding our vanilla, our flour, and our butter, which is the extent of the remainder of all of our ingredients. It is a cup of melted butter. If that looks like a lot, it's because it's a lot. I find it easier to add these one by one and get them completely mixed in, saving the flour for last. Again, I'm getting all the way around the bowl to make sure that we don't have any unincorporated flour just sort of floating around the exterior. Once this is all mixed up and the texture is sort of like a really thin pancake batter, we're going to set this aside for about 5 minutes. I'm going to turn the oven on right now. I'm going to set it to 375 degrees. And I'm going to take a sheet tray, like a cookie tray, and line it with some parchment paper. In a moment, I'm going to bring that back over and show you how to get these baked off. So here we are. As this batter has had a chance to sit, you can see it is much thicker. This is what we want to see here because this needs to be spreadable. We need to be able to... My oven's ready. We need to be able to make this into the shape that we want it to be. Now, I try not to tell you that you have to have special equipment to make a thing because that's unfair. But with this one, to make a cone, you kind of need a cone. So this is a cream horn mold that I bought because my daughter and I are obsessed with the Great British Baking Show, and she wanted to make cream horns, and it's very difficult to say no to my children. I have a bunch of these. I have lots and lots and lots of these. So what I'm going to do, I need to make sure that it's going to fit. The cone itself is going to fit on this mold. Luckily, I have a round cutter that's roughly the same size. So I'm going to make sure that our batter is roughly this size when I put it in the oven. This wants to be very, very thin. So I'm spreading this out. This is no more than about a tablespoon of batter. I'm spreading this out, trying to keep it as circular as I can. I am no artist. But again, I can use this, it's pretty close, to make sure that I have the right size. These are going to do two things in the oven. First off, they're going to cook, which is great. That's what we want. We don't want to just eat this raw. Also, it's going to dry out a little bit and get crispy. What we want to see, we want the browning of this edge to come in about halfway, all the way around. That's how we're going to know that they're done and they're ready to remove from the oven and wrap around our cream horn molds to make our ice cream cone shape. Now I'm going to throw these in the oven. I'll pull them back out and show you how to shape them. Okay, these ones I only let go about 11 minutes, not quite the full 15. They're a little skinnier. And I think they're going to be a little bit easier to work with. Uh-oh, these two got connected. I'm actually going to fold the bottom up before I roll around so that we definitely know that we're going to hold our ice cream inside of the cone. Yeah, those guys are going to be better. They feel a little bit more pliable, and they're going to hold their shape a little bit better without cracking all apart on us. Okay, one last thing here, kids. If you don't have these molds and you don't really feel like buying them, I bet I know something you do have, which is a muffin tin. Go ahead and flip this guy over and take these and lay them right on top. Press them down a little bit, and what you'll find is they will dry. They're still kind of hot. They'll dry and cool, crispy, in the shape of an ice cream bowl, which is the same thing as an ice cream cone, but somehow it looks like it's going to hold more ice cream. So, once these have cooled down, I'll pull them off of there and show you. Aside from that, I'm just going to knock out the rest of this batter. I hope this is something you feel like you can do at home, and I look forward to seeing pictures of your attempts at making these.